Inside Mercer Basketball with Coach Bob Hoffman and your host, Rick Cameron. Brought to you by Wild Wing Cafe.
Well, hello everyone. We're back at Wild Wing Cafe to talk Mercer basketball with head coach Bob Hoffman. Coach, glad you could make it back this week. I was
nice
afraid they might have canceled the show in your absence last week.
It probably got better ratings if I wasn't on it, so
I'm
thankful to be on this week.
All right, Coach, you know, we went to the Great Alaska Shootout the week of Thanksgiving, and it was cold there, but we had not seen cold until we got to Chattanooga, Tennessee last week.
Wow. That was freezer temperature. I couldn't even get my walks in. That really bothered me. I couldn't get my normal 2, 3, 4 miles I like to get in on a daily basis. Got about a half mile. That's all I could stomach.
Well, Coach, we had a great fan support to follow us. In fact, word got to Chattanooga about the Mercer fans coming. Chattanooga got busy, ran a few promotions. They had a pretty good crowd themselves.
Yeah, it was loud and crazy. I'd watched multiple games on video prior to that, and they had not had crowds anything close to what transpired that evening, and that's a credit to our folks and our administration and our student body getting there and making it really an interesting game, because it was different than I think they thought it could be based on us traveling like we did.
Coach, preseason, Wofford had been the preseason pick to win, but everybody knows that Chattanooga is a very athletic team.
Yeah, well, they've done a great job. They have a great front line. They have great front court, back court. I mean, they have everything that you want, and they're deep. And their style of play, Coach Wade's done a great job with them. They understand what they're trying to accomplish. I think they've gotten a lot better. Earlier in the year, they were pressing a lot more when they lost some of those big games, even at home. And they've morphed into where they're playing more half-court defense and offense, and they're a load. Yeah.
The cold weather we survived came up a little bit short at Chattanooga, then made the trek down to Birmingham, Coach, and we knew Sanford was a very much improved club, and wow, what a game that turned out to be.
Yeah, it was a great basketball game. Like you mentioned at Chattanooga, we were ahead, had a great run early in the game, didn't finish as well as we'd like to, didn't hit some free throws that would have helped us finish the game. Yeah. And then we got to Sanford and we shot the ball better, made some free throws. We had multiple guys step up and make plays for us to get the victory. We got some separation in that game, and we were able to hold on. You know, you look back at all the road games this year and all the leads that we've had, that's a credit to not only our assistant coaches and how well they scout, but how our guys pay attention to detail. And we've taken away a lot of things against numerous, almost every time out we've been on the road. And that's put us in a position to win. We hadn't won all of them. Yeah. We ended up winning 5 out of 9 on the road this conference season, which I know a lot of teams in the country would be excited about that.
Coach, you led the entire game until under 1 minute to go. Chattanooga
26 seconds, I think it was.
Chattanooga got its first lead, and then kind of recap for us what set up the drive by Philip Leonard.
Well, we were trying to run a play that we could try to get an angle, trying to get a layup against the zone. They zoned us. They zoned us the whole game except one possession. They went man. We posted up Darius. He got a layup. They didn't run man the rest of the night. They were in zone that time. We weren't able to get it. We swung it one more time. TJ was sealing the guy like we normally would do if we threw it to the post. Philip saw the basket, and he explodes as good as anybody to the rim, and he got there faster than I think Sanford believed he could, and he got the basket before they knew it even happened.
Took the lead, 6.9 seconds to go. Timeout is called. The stage is set. You're setting defensive strategies. Sanford setting offensive. Take us in from there, Coach. What happened?
We were debating whether to switch. We talked about the timeout. I knew they were going to run a play a little bit like that because they had done that earlier to get a win multiple different times in games. So they run a back screen on the backside, run a flat screen close to the sideline. TJ switched and was he was trying to help, but he ended up switching because it happened so fast. One thing that we could have done, we let him catch the ball running to the basket. If we could have made him not have momentum going to the rim, that would have been better. It didn't happen that way, and he got all the way to the rim and made a great pass and was reaching the guy. It was just a tremendous pass, and almost similar to the play they'd run before where they got a wide open layup to go ahead. And I know you felt like on the call, what did you see?
Well, I saw Ike Wamu going up to defend. I didn't see Darius anywhere, and Ike goes up to defend the shooter, and the next thing I know, the ball's rejected, and everybody's chest bumping Darius. I don't know where he came from, but it was a tremendous vertical jump.
Yeah, I guess the long arm of the law came out of nowhere, got it. He reached up really high, and it was a big-time block. He made another big one earlier in the game that was similar in what transpired, but as soon as it happened, I remember back, I don't know, you may remember the play, but I think it was against East Tennessee State. Brian Mills had a block at our place right at the basket that saved a ball game, and it was just fun to see those guys enjoy each other in the success that they had on the road. It doesn't matter where you're playing, who you're playing against, any conference road game, and you win those anytime, any place. That's a great victory for your program and your team.
Now, before we go to break, who was the best dancer in the dressing room to help celebrate the win?
Well, I would have to go with Matt Brownback.
Brownback gets the award of the best dancer.
I don't think it was, what do you guys think?
Yeah, there we go.
Brownback. We're going to go with Matt Brownback, even though it's pretty weak.
All right, in the next segment, we'll name the players of the week and other things, but let's go back to campus after the timeout. We'll talk with Matt Panaggio when we come back with more Inside Mercer Basketball.
Over 3,000 new cars, over 1,500 used cars. Come experience the difference.
Droid DNA augmentation initiated. Neural speeds increasing to 4G LTE. Brain upgrading to a quad-core processor. Precognitive intelligence with Google Now complete.
Introducing Droid DNA by HTC. It's not an upgrade to your phone, it's an upgrade to yourself.
So here's the game plan. Rush into the Wild Wing Cafe and tackle one of our new steakhouse burgers. 100% Angus, 100% great. It's an all-star lineup that can win you tickets to the biggest games of the year. Where?
We're back in the Mercer team room. Time once again, as we do each week, to get to know our Mercer basketball players. Tonight it's Matt Panaggio, freshman guard from Daytona Beach, Florida. Matt, I've just got to ask you, we all want to go to the beach, and I remember in my younger years, Daytona Beach, a favorite place to go. What's it like growing up in Daytona Beach?
Well, it's funny you ask because most people my friends and I, we actually don't go to the beach that often because when we were younger, we used to always go, and we just kind of get bored of it after a while, you know.
Yeah, all right, bored of Daytona. Okay, now let's progress up. Tell us what you enjoy doing from the high school years. Pick us up maybe the 9th or 10th grade, things you enjoy doing, and has your basketball talents developed?
Well, most of my friends, we all play basketball, so as we got into high school, we all took it, you know, pretty seriously, trying to make the varsity team and, you know, progressing through high school and then trying to find a school to go to. So pretty much basketball and hanging out with friends. And
gotcha. And then eventually coming to Macon, Georgia. I believe now you went to another school your senior year, is that correct, prior to coming to Mercer?
Yes, I went to 4 years of high school in Daytona Beach, and then I went to a 5th year, a post-grad year in Worcester, Massachusetts, to Worcester Academy.
All right, and did that lead you to Mercer? Who was the coach that recruited you to come here?
Well, actually, I previously committed to Lipscomb, which was in the Atlantic Sun Conference. And then the coach there got fired, and luckily, Coach Doug Eslick called me and was interested in me, and as soon as I visited, I fell in love with Mercer.
All right, let's talk about the transition. Now playing D1 ball, each game you're getting more and more valuable experience. Tell us how the transition is going to get your game up to the level of D1 basketball.
Well, redshirting last year definitely helped, got me used to the speed difference, and get me a little stronger and more experience playing against the older guys. It's really helped a lot.
coming into this program with a phenomenal 3-year run these guys have had. They've won CIT championships, gone to the NIT, gone to the NCAA. Do you feel like coming in, I'm not just coming into a D1 program, but one that has done well, and I've got to maintain that bar that's been raised?
Yep, we came in, and the guys last year definitely set a high bar, and we're just trying to do the best we can and try to keep the winning going over here at Mercer.
All right, in the time that you've been here playing D1 ball, what aspects of your game do you feel like are your strengths? What is an area maybe you're still working on to improve?
One of my strengths, I would say, is I really just have a knack for trying to get people open and driving to the basket, but something I need to work on is definitely my shooting.
All right, obviously a lot of time is needed to play this game. What do you do if you're not on the basketball court?
We're just hanging out, the whole team. We're all real close, so we just go to the movies or just hanging out, really.
What about academically, Matt? What are you majoring in here at Mercer?
Business.
Hope to what one day?
I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking about that, but business as of right now.
I always like to ask the guys, I see even freshmen, sophomores, whatever, you guys are great leaders on and off the floor. A lot of young people follow you guys. You see them at the games. They watch our programs, listen to us on the radio. What advice would you give to young people growing up that might one day want to play college basketball?
It's a lot of hard work, and anyone can do it if they put their mind to it.
Okay. Tell us about the camaraderie among the team. Obviously, we see you on the court with these guys, but there's a lot of travel involved in college basketball. How has that been, getting to know guys off the court, in the hotel rooms and in the airport lobbies? What's that been like?
We have a lot of funny guys on our team, and it's always a great time traveling.
Who's the funniest guy on this team?
I'd have to say Justin Tutu.
Tutu.
Yeah.
Why was that? Just keeps you jokes or what?
There's never a second where he's not joking around.
All right, Matt, as we get into conference play, obviously very big. Once the first of the year gets here, it's conference game, every game in and out. From where we are at this point in the season, how is this team coming together, and how good can this team be at the most important time when we reach that SoCon tournament in March?
I think that if we just buy into the system Coach Hoffman has built the last couple of years, then there's no saying how good we can be, because we definitely have a lot of talent on our team. All
right, Matt, sounds good. I know you're struggling with your voice. We appreciate you joining us. You've done a great job. We can see your improvement game in and game out, and this is going to be a lot of fun leading up to that big tournament in Nashville. What do you think?
Yes, sir. I think it'll be a great year.
All right, that's Matt Panaggio, our redshirt freshman guard from Daytona Beach. We'll be back in just a moment with more on Inside Mercer Basketball.
For over 20 years, Mercer has relied on Forsyth Street Orthopedics.
Their team of physicians keeps players on the court.
Forsyth Street Orthopedics and Ortho Georgia have merged together into one practice, and we're stronger than ever with 26 physicians and 5 regional offices. As a graduate of Mercer and a partner of Ortho Georgia, we are proud to sponsor and take care of Mercer athletes.
Ortho Georgia, getting better together.
Go Bears!
Hey, all you Bear fans, I know we're having a great time at this game. It's exciting, fun. We're getting after it. If you want to have a good time after this game, you need to go over to Margaritas in Mercer Village. They have amazing Mexican food, and they're going to take care of you. All kinds of specials. You can find what you want. Look at my body. It's working good for me. Come on over and check them out at Mercer Village. Margaritas.
As a business owner, you need to choose the financial direction that's best for you to find a clear path to growth and success. At BB&T, we support businesses of all sizes with personal service and advice, sharing the sound financial knowledge we've gained over more than 140 years so you can move ahead with confidence. Talk to us today about your business goals. BB&T, sharing knowledge for a brighter direction.
Back at Wild Wing Cafe, Inside Mercer Basketball, head coach Bob Hoffman. Coach, after the wins last week, we always enjoy selecting the player of the week. I think with it being the last television show of the year, it's only appropriate we go with co-players of the week. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's really good. Let's go with, who are you thinking?
Let's go with the seniors.
Okay, let's go with the seniors.
Everybody agree with that? The seniors were the players of the week?
Yeah, we'll go with seniors. Darius Moten from Bowden. And TJ Hallis from all points east, west, north, and south. just ask him. He's been from everywhere, but he's from Charlotte.
Yeah, I think it's only appropriate those guys were the players of the week. Coach, before the next segment, we'll talk about the last 2 games of the season, take a look ahead at the tournament. But let's do just a little bit of recapping. You know, we sat here several weeks ago, coming off of a great season, 7 seniors gone. There were a lot of Mercer fans scratching their head. Where do we go from here? Give us your overview of what these guys have accomplished as we head into the end of the season.
Well, I've told them a couple times in the last couple of weeks what I think about what they've been able to accomplish, and it's probably quite different than most people that follow us and even go to games regularly might think. I believe these guys have accomplished amazing things. We've had probably too tough a schedule for a new group, having nobody back that started, and it's been tremendous. Every night out, we've been in almost every game when you think about it. And there's multiple games we could have got, we didn't get, and there's a couple we got that could have got away. Yep. So for us to be where we are right now, we have 2 games left at home. If we could find a way to finish with 2 victories and be 18-13, finishing 3rd in the league. You know, we wanted to win the league. We had a chance to win the league. This is the 4th year in a row, down to the last week, that we've played to be in contention for conference championship, which has never happened at Mercer before, multiple years in a row to do that. So for these guys to step up and do that, it's just an amazing feat. And for our assistants and all the program, what we've been able to do, and then you look at what we've averaged on attendance to just, there's so many things you can look at, and it's just been remarkable what's transpired this year. I mean, it's not where you want to be because you don't want to set a limit on it. Because at the beginning of the year, you hope for the best, you believe the best, you want to win every game. You know, and you want your guys to think they can and believe they can. And we were in every game, but we didn't win them all. But we fought in every game, and everybody that we played went away thinking, man, they could have got us tonight.
Obviously, senior day is, you hate to see seniors go. TJ and Darius have done a great job. But as you look to next year, tell us about the guys who have not played this year that will be playing next year, and even how our 3 recruits are playing as we look ahead of the next season.
Well, we got a couple that are setting out. Andrew Fischler, who's working hard every day. I mean, he's long and he's getting stronger. I think he's going to be a factor next season. Our guys don't like going in against him even in practice because sometimes they don't get their shot off and they think they think it's unfair for him to be so long and big. But then you have Desmond Ringer, who's going through a tough time with his back. We hope he gets back quickly. And then we've mentioned the 3 recruits that'll be coming in, freshmen, and then we have multiple other guys that have played limited minutes, kind of like Philip Leonard did last year, that we believe are going to step up and help us in numerous ways for us to be successful going forward. And we're going to need all those guys. I think the leadership that Darius and TJ have shown in the midst of losing the strong voices that we had off last year's team, and some would say even loud like Kevin's voice, that we lost, that it's been great how those 2 guys have been tremendous every night, and that's not an easy place to be in, but they've done a great job for us.
Coach, teams tend to take on a characteristic. 10, 15 years from now, if someone asked you the 14-15 team, how would you describe this team?
I'd say just they're determined. They're really determined. They're trying to do their best every time. I get frustrated. I want them to do more than they probably are able to, and I know they get frustrated with me for wanting that, but I think the element of how they've gone about keeping their sanity when all those around them may be losing it, and believing in each other in the midst of struggles, and when we've lost games maybe we could have won, or others are wondering, well, why aren't you guys winning 26 games? Well, we're not to the end of the year, but they've continued to believe that good things can happen, and who knows? I mean, all we got to win is 3 games at a neutral site, which is way within the realm of possibility of what these guys can do to go to the NCAA again. And it would not shock me at all. And I believe that can still happen for this team. And I think there's still going to be significant things that transpire before the season ends for this this basketball team.
All right, Coach, you set the stage. You bought 25 shirts that said, I believe, 2 weeks ago. Maybe we need to buy about 5,000 and pass them out in the arena.
I like it. I like that.
All right, we'll be back with the final segment. Set the stage for the final 2 regular season games and look ahead to our first SoCon tournament when we come back with more Inside Mercer Basketball.
I was looking through the paper and I saw a really good ad from 5 Star Ford in Warner Robins. So when I went, I was actually really picky and my salesperson worked with me until I finally found the truck that I liked, and it was a black Ford 2011 F-150 XLT Super Crew. And it actually has an EcoBoost, so it's a little bit better on gas, and I love it. I would definitely recommend 5 Star to all my friends.
Droid.
Droid DNA augmentation initiated. Neural speeds increasing to 4G LTE. Brain upgrading to a quad-core processor. Precognitive intelligence with Google Now complete.
Introducing Droid DNA by HTC. It's not an upgrade to your phone, it's an upgrade to yourself.
So here's the game plan. Rush into the Wild Wing Cafe and tackle one of our new steakhouse burgers. 100% Angus, 100% great. It's an all-star lineup that can win you tickets to the biggest games of the year. Where?
Back at Wild Wing Cafe, we're here to get ready for the end of the regular season. Look ahead to the tournament, the Macon Occupational Medicine. Look at the SoCon, Coach. It's Wofford 14-2, Chattanooga 13-3, Mercer 11-5. We finish off with Wofford, who currently sits in first place, and then welcome on Saturday an old foe we're very familiar with, ETSU.
Both games should be fantastic. I think we'll have great crowds. They got great coaches and multiple guys that make shots from different places on the floor. We'll have to do a tremendous job getting ready for them and be prepared for all the different things they do. Wofford had the most experience coming back of any team in the league, and they've proven that they've been the most consistent to this point. It'd be a great thing for our guys to get that W on Thursday night against a team that we had a chance to win.
Very much so.
And we were ahead most of the game, as we've been almost in every conference game on the road. And I think it'll be fun to see how we respond and react, but I really believe our guys will give an amazing effort on both those games.
Finish the regular season then, Coach, if you would, let's talk about the format. Our first Southern Conference tournament. We know for sure Mercer will not play until Saturday. Set the stage for how the format of the tournament runs.
Yeah, all 10 teams go. It's a neutral floor. They're in Asheville, North Carolina. They've been doing it there for a while. It seems everybody says it's a great place and a great venue, so I'm looking forward to seeing what the hotels are real close by, so you can walk to the game, so that should be fun. We don't have to play the first day. 7 plays 10, 8 plays 9, and then all the rest of the teams start on Saturday. That's on Friday.
Yep.
And we play the late game every night as long as we keep winning. In the tournament, we start on Saturday night at 8:30. We'll be the 3 seed. As if it stayed the way it is right now, we'd play VMI.
Yep.
There's a great chance it could end up being that way. You know, they've been playing great. I mean, they just scored
113 points last time out.
23 threes and 20 the last game. So that'll be a big-time challenge for us. We played well against them both times,
yep.
but we'll be ready for that. We'll have a whole week to prepare, which is something. If you're the 1 and 2 seed,
yep.
you have to prepare for 2 teams.
Yep.
You're not sure who that is, but for us, being the 3 seed, we're going to know the whole week who will be playing. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah. Now, Coach, fans will look for positives, negatives going into a tournament. The fact you do play the last game, do you prefer that, or would you rather go ahead and play earlier in the day? Do you want to sit around all day and play that last game?
Well, I would like to play the early game and then play the late game the next day, but it doesn't work that way. But you know, I'm just excited about us playing a new opportunity.
Yeah.
We haven't been in the Southern Conference tournament yet. We've had great success on neutral floors over the years and in tournament play, conference tournament play. I'm excited about getting out there and seeing what these guys can accomplish.
As we go into the tournament, Coach, you know the current standings, Wofford, as you pointed out, they hit a 3 as the shot clock was winding down for the win there. We don't know how this one will go. Chattanooga, we wanted our place in overtime. So, you know, the equality is there. In your mind, you're thinking that definitely not only can we play with any team in this league, but we have already.
No doubt about it. I mean, that's why I'm thrilled to see what we can accomplish. I think there's still things we're learning about what we need to do differently in the days last week. Even this week, we're trying to still evolve into what we should be as a team. And I think our guys need to get healthy. I think that week after this, playing these 2 games, we'll have an extended kind of time off till we play Saturday. That's the first time that's been that way. Normally we play Monday or Tuesday right afterwards. So I'm excited for this team because we haven't been playing as many people, and I think that'll be a tremendous advantage. I think the hard thing for us is playing 3 games in 3 days.
Yeah.
But if you look at it on the other side, there's teams that are going to be trying to win 4 in 4 days, which is almost impossible. So we'll only be doing what everybody else is wanting to do something fantastic and something you're going to remember forever.
All right, Coach, obviously you've got to make shots, you've got to keep the other team from, you got to defend well, but as we head into the tournament, of all the elements of our game, at this point, what do you and our coaches feel our top priority should be in an area to be successful to give us a chance to win 3 days?
Well, we got to guard better. We've been giving up really too many shots, too many second shots, and then the percentages other teams are shooting against us is higher than we're accustomed to. And if we could get back to really guarding the ball without having to help as much, we've played against a lot of good teams, so you know it's hard to equate all that, but that's something we've got to get better at, and we talked about and we continue to work on a daily basis. I know these guys have it in them, and hopefully we can get it out of them to finish strong.
Coach, it's been a great year from the first day you arrived at Mercer. You said win 3 games in March. Good things can happen. We saw evidence of that last week. Time to do it again.
I vote yes. Let's do it. It'd be an amazing end to a tremendous season.
It has been a great season. We hope to see all the Mercer fans in the arena coming up this weekend, and then everybody head to Asheville next week for our first ever participation in the SoCon tournament. Coach, let's go Bears.
Let's go Bears.
That's going to wrap it up for this season. Thanks for being with us on Inside Mercer Basketball.